Alright, what's up, Dragon Brood? We have a real interesting one for you today. This might be just going into the lab too hard, but we're going to try to make a bunch of tokens, give them hasty abilities, we're going to draw some cards, we're going to play some artifacts. We're doing a little bit of everything, but this is probably something you hadn't seen before. So starting at the top, we do have some Duskro's Reliquary as some catch-all removal, because we will have some artifacts to get rid of to this. Nesting Bot, which can be sacrificed and also makes us another body, which is good. Stadium Headliner, because we did talk about making some more tokens. Torch the Tower, because, well, we have things to sacrifice to it, so why not? A couple of copies of Voice of Victory, because it's real good at making the tokens. And Extruder, because we played this in a few things with artifacts, and it's been very good. Even better when you can make hasty 3/3s. We have some Ravenous Robots, again trying to take advantage of all those extra artifacts, making us some extra bodies. A couple of copies of Mechanized Ninja Cavalry. This might be the weakest card in the deck, but it does make two bodies that happen to be artifacts, so we'll see how that works out. Have a copy of a Johnny Outland Chaperone, because the Chaperone is actually able to make other 1/1s, which is good. Enduring Innocence is a way to draw some cards, so we're not too upset at that. But you've heard me say multiple times about hasty tokens and whatever. Well, Enduring Courage allows us to do that. So if we get this down, every token we make ends up having +2/+0 and gains haste. So that could be a real way for us to end the games even after a sweeper. Speaking of which, we do still have some Elspeth Stormslayer as a way to double up some of those tokens or just make more of those hasty tokens. Exalted Sunborn, because I've said the word token like 20 times already, and this makes double of those, as well as having Overlord of the Mistmoors, just being able to make those flyers and have a big 6/6 late in the game. Now, before we get into all that, we do have to handle some business and tell you, if you're going to buy some Magic cards, I'd like to implore you to go over to check out Tales of Adventure. They support the channel. Their website is toamagic.com. And while you're there and you're shopping, whatever you decide to get and put into your cart, you can save 5% if you use my code DRAGON. It's DRAGN. Easy way to save some money on some cards while supporting the channel. But that aside, let's go see if this crazy experiment can find its way to some wins. Okay, this is a reasonable start. It's one of those weird ones too, because it doesn't do much on its own. We still need to kind of find some other things to push the plan forward, but this is a fair start. Alright, I'm going to assume that this Ravenous Robots will not live very long, but we still got to play it. If I had another land in hand, I might consider not playing it, so I could play Robots and Nesting Bot on the same turn. I guess bots to play a bot, but as things stand, this is probably what we're doing. Let's go ahead and get some double bots out there. I guess triple bots, as it is. Alright. I mean, we could lose our board here, potentially. A Vampire Nighthawk, they say. Yeah. I don't even know if I want a Duskro's Reliquary that. Like, if I just attack and they block, we could shoot something with Extruder. I would probably rather do that. This just makes more sense to do. Save this in case something big and scary shows up. Okay, opponent's not even going to block. They're like, nah, son, you ain't getting me like that. And to their credit, that was a smart move. Unfortunately, we're now kind of priced into using the Duskro's Reliquary. So we lose a bot, replace a bot. Get rid of the Nighthawk. Johnny's Pride Mate. Sure. And they still have something to play. Sacrifice this creature. Oh, so this is a weird Azorius life gain pile. Well, that's not what we expected to see. Alright. I mean, I guess we're into it, right? And I assume we could somewhat overcommit here with nesting bots, because if they die, we at least end up with 2 1/1s. This isn't like the cool part of the deck that I expected to do this, but I mean, pile of creatures is a pile of creatures. We also got up to max speed, which is important. Is this only other token creatures? Yeah, other token creatures. I mean, alright. I mean, you're 7, so I mean, I'll just attack with these. Okay, fair enough. They don't have anything else. Yeah, not sure if we should be excited about that win or not. I feel like the deck just drew the small dudes and they just got it done, and that was enough. A couple of removal spells is all it took. All right. We got an Enduring Innocence this time, which I like. Figure of Fable. We will probably be priced into blocking that at some point. Actually, maybe not. We have a Johnny now. Let's attack. This is an interesting situation, right? Because if they attack with Figure of Fable, we could block to force them to spend the mana just to kill the figure with the Ajani. Then it's like, how important is the Ravenous Robot? I think I still might, actually. Because if they do that and there's nothing else, then that actually benefits us. Now, if there's a Shelter here, that's kind of bad. Wow. Or a Requisition Raid, apparently. That's a thing that happened. Well, now, how badly do we want to get rid of a Figure of Fable? Probably not that bad. That's so funny. I wasn't expecting to see a Requisition Raid right there. But don't blame the opponent. If you have it in hand and you see the Ravenous Robots, you're probably assuming it's a sign of shenanigans and silly stuff is about to happen. So I don't hate him for it. Yep, you have a 2-3. I am not blocking. You know, now that I'm looking at things, this feels like it might just be some kind of Kithkin deck. So we're just going to not attack here so we can protect a Johnny. And then next turn we can play Enduring Courage, draw a card, get a hasty 2-3 or 3-1 actually. And should be in pretty good shape. Barring, I guess, Shelter by Ghost or something here. What is this? Leader's Talent. Whenever you attack, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Oh, target attacking creature. Yeah, probably still just blocking with Nesting Bot. And if you have a hasty thing or something... Actually, you know what? If you're going to boost this... Is there something that gives haste that I'm not thinking about? Probably. But you know what? I'm still down. Oh, you have Trample anyway, so you can just pump up. So I'd have to block with both to even make this remotely a thing. You know what? Johnny's just going to have to kick the bucket. I don't think it's worth doing it. Because if their whole turn is just like, you were going to attack and just play a pump spell, like, that doesn't really do anything to us in the grand scheme of things. So I'm not even going to worry about it. You know, like, we can gain some life from attacking here. Like, you know. And then we just have to draw good from here. Draw well. I don't know. Let's get in there. Reinforcement. Sure, you got it. Feel free to block, my friend. So that's what their plan was going to be. Had we blocked, they would have just reinforcement so they could trample over anyway. So we would have lost our ability to attack with the Enduring Innocence, would have lost the Nesting Bot to another 1-1, and they still would have killed the Johnny anyway. Alright, well now we got to find our removal spells. Basically what this means. I mean, if we find the, what you call the 1 white spell, like we can get rid of this. We'd have the mana. But they might just get us here. Like, I mean, we kind of have to do what we're going to do right now. Even making a pile of bodies isn't quite good enough at this juncture. Oh, that doesn't help at all. That's terrible. Oh, what can we even do here? There's a Leatherhead. That's a little bit annoying, because Leatherhead destroys but doesn't exile, so that's fine, I guess. Alright. Oh, and then that goes to a 7 toughness, so we actually can't even get rid of it. Oh no, we'd have exactly enough. Alright, I think this is what we have to do, even though we hate it. We lose our board, we get a 1-1 back. And it's not great. But we do get to draw a card. So there is that. Alright, Torch. You're something. Ravenous Robots. Alright, I can see the vision, deck. We're trying. We're trying. I appreciate you. Okay. Alright, we're trying to make a go of some things here. Do we make another 1/1, which is a 3/1? Get rid of the token, because I don't think they'd have a way. They might have a way to return some stuff from the yard. Alright, there are some ways we could make a 3/3 to block with here. Okay, alright, this is fine. Let's pass the turn. I mean, I can't say we stabilized, but, I mean, we're not dying now, at least. Uh-oh. Opponent's got something going on. Oh, an Elspeth. Ah, that's not cool. Actually, had they given stuff flying here and put us on a 2-turn clock, that would have been way scarier. But they also would have had to protect Elspeth, so that would have been a different problem for them, I guess. Alright, so opponent's not attacking. Do we just turn a 1/1 into a 3/3 now? Feel like yes. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh! Okay. Torch only, it does deal to Planeswalker, so we have 5 we could send upstairs right now. Ooh, if we get rid of a token, we get to make a token. That token would be a 3/1 that would have haste. So, man, this is a wild sequence here to get what we want. But I feel like we have to get rid of Elspeth still. So is shooting Elspeth for 2 worth more? Because you block the 2 biggest thing. This is so much to figure out. I think we still have to shoot Elspeth? No, we're going to get rid of a token. Or a creature. I think that's fine. And then... attack? Actually, I could turn a 1/1 into a 3/3. Or no, I make a 1/1 haste. But I have to tap this. Man, this is such a tough decision. Alright. Everybody in at Elspeth, I guess. We'll just risk losing or something here. I don't know what this is going to look like. Now, if they do block something, we can sacrifice the creature and turn it into a 3/3. So that's fine. So what's currently getting through? Just 1? Alright. We will sacrifice this one. And then... I guess I could have just done that, though, pre-combat. Yeah, that was a little bit of a mistake, huh? Yeah, I guess. Actually, dang. What are we looking to do here? If we just let those die... I don't think letting Elspeth take the 1 there matters that much. Let's go ahead and turn this into a thing. Alright. Not ideal. Maybe, depending on what we draw, we could get Elspeth next turn. We could also get our own Elspeth and attack for a bunch. I mean, there's a lot of ways this could still go. And the opponent's not incentivized to attack here, so they're mostly just playing around protecting Elspeth and whatever card they have in hand. Which is probably another Resolute Reinforcement, if I were guessing, the way they're playing this out. No, it's not. It's one of the other, whatchamacalls. They can get rid of artifacts, enchantments. and put counters on things? Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I was just thinking about that. Like, that makes a lot of sense. Now I don't know if we can win. Sort of needed that. Yeah. Don't think we can win now. Opponent drew very well, though. I can't fault him. Like, if you just get there, you get there. Man, that's a nice card, but is it too little too late? We're at 4. No, maybe not. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that takes all of our mana, though, to play it full size. Eesh. That's tough. There's no way... Like, I have to play it full size here, unfortunately. Man, if we'd have got to keep the Enduring Courage, this turn would be so much easier. Actually, we can't win. There's no way, because they just give everything flying next turn, right? I could attack Elspeth, sack something to deal the final 3, but then, yeah, we're just a mana short of doing what we need to do. Yeah, I don't think we have it, y'all. Dang it, that sucks. That's a hell of a way to lose a game. But we'll just do what we can. I mean, there's a world where maybe we just do this for 4 and we draw something useful. I don't know what useful would be. But, you know, something. So they're just going to let Elspeth take the damage. Alright, okay, hold on then. If you're not... So this would die, this wouldn't. Okay, then let's do this for the turn then. Let's at least get us a 3/3 blocker. Let the damage happen. We can still remove Elspeth for 2. We can have some semblance of blockers. I don't know if it will be enough. Because of the big trampling, Oh, there's a Duskrose Reliquary, just way too late. I mean, I think, well, we did gain a little bit of life there, though. So we're at 6. What's this? Whenever a creature you control leaves the battlefield, if it had counters on it, you gain 2 life. Alright, that's fine. So obviously you put it on the big guy. Like, doesn't make sense to put on anything else. So even if we block, yeah, we take 5. And we kind of just have to hope you don't have a way to pump. I mean, like, that's kind of all we could do. Alright, they can gain some life. I mean, we can't do anything about that. Probably get rid of our Overlord of the... maybe not. Maybe get rid of an Extruder. No, they're not even removing any counters? Wow. Oh, you were so close to being awesome. Actually, you know what? You still might be awesome. You're 4/5, and we'll get to draw or make 2 tokens. Okay, hold on, hold on. I don't know if we're cooking, but the stove's at least on right now. We do have lifelink here. All right, so let's attack first with just the Enduring Innocence, just to make sure we get this life and we'll have that to play around with. We're gonna play this. See, here's the thing. If I warp this, then we can make 4 extra tokens. That would all be 3/3s. And then I could play it full size later. I think I want to do that, just to make sure nothing wild happens here. Of course, having the extra life gain would be great. And I probably should have attacked with these first. I'm well aware. I was thinking of a whole different plan there for a second, but this actually just makes more sense. Alright. So now we at least have Leatherhead at bay for the moment. And if he attacks, we'll just put every creature in front of it, because it doesn't make sense to do anything else. Alright, it's going to go to 10. We'll go to 12 when we attack here. And literally just shoving everybody in front of Leatherhead. Like, there's nothing else to do here. Come on, get in there, Leatherhead. Get your 2 counters. Alright, opponent's rethinking their situation. That's good for us. If we can manage to come back from this, being at single-digit life for so long, it's going to be one of the more insane comebacks we've had. I don't want to get rid of anything yet, so I'm just going to remove Michelangelo. Play the Exalted Sunborn full size, and pass. Alright, we're also 1 turn away from getting the Overlord of the Mistmoors, which will make 4 flyers. No! No, that's not what we wanted to see. The good news is we can still block with everything, so it's not worth it for them to attack. So that much is good. But that was a clutch card for them. We now will only get 2 flyers instead of 4, but that's okay, I guess. What is this? Whenever you cast a spell, put a +1/+1. Alright, yeah, sure, that's fine. Okay, well, we have a bunch of cards that don't necessarily do anything on their own at the moment. In the turn. And then we're going to start attacking with the tokens. But here's the trick. We'll actually be sacrificing whatever 3/3 gets blocked so that they don't get to gain life. And we can kind of keep the train moving forward, if you will. So, well, now that we have a 6/6 back and we're going to make more bodies, the math kind of changes all the way around here. So I'm going to attack with 3 of these, just in case I get another shelter or something. You don't want things to go too sideways. Alright, just like we thought would happen. So we'll sack that and just keep them from gaining any life. And this is kind of the long way on how we can get there. Get a card. Oh! Oh! My goodness. Come on, let's just not die in the next turn. That's all we're hoping. Just don't die, and we can win this game. Elf does nothing of relevance here. Love it. Come on, man. So what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 13, 16, and 6 is 22, 23, 24, plus the +1s? Yeah, we're way more than lethal here, and they have no way to block flyers. Oh my gosh, how did we pull this off? I thought we were so dead. Hell yeah. Get in there, team. Oh, yes. Man, we had to grind that out so hard. Like, where this game started, I thought this was going to be some type of Kithkin deck. And it turns out it's just a +1/+1 counter deck that happened to be playing Figure Fable because it made sense, obviously. But man, those Requisition Raids almost crushed us. Just the opponent had the right card so many times, and we just got lucky. But, whew, that was a tough one. Man, I ain't gonna lie. I need a come down after that last game. Oh, gosh. Oh, this hand's not great. We're gonna keep anyway. If we lose this one, fine. We got lucky on our last one, so we earned it, I guess. Let's go ahead and play Nesting Bot first, because if they do have something like... I mean, if it's a torch, it sucks, because we don't get the tokens. But if it's anything else, I was going to say, if it was Burst Lightning or whatever, we'd rather lose that than the Headliner. So, let's go attacking. See what you want to do. Nothing? I like nothing. I won't like nothing next turn when we don't draw land. That's going to be sad. But for now, I mean, they obviously have something So headliners is probably where it dies. Probably wasn't worth it to try to kill the nesting bot. Yeah, it's exactly what we thought. No surprise. We need some lands real bad, though. Or we're going to end up doing a whole lot of nothing. I'm a big fan of Gruul decks that ramp because silly things happen. Usually in the form of, like, Smuggler Surprise and whatnot. Alright, well, we kept a bad hand. We knew this could happen. I mean, we have a hand that doesn't do anything. Even we have to draw lands the rest of the way. Oh, yeah, we're going to get wrecked by something just like a Smuggler Surprise, I bet. Can't even be mad, though. We did this to ourselves, so I'm okay. Hey, we found the land, though. The deck's at least trying. Give it that. Alright, I too will play an Overlord and hope we somehow don't die next turn. I don't see a world where that's possible if the opponent's ramped up every turn and then have a land in hand, but we'll see. Just gotta hope for the best. Gonna blow up a 2-1. Alright. I assume they're ramping to something big, or they would have just saved and played the Overlord of the Hauntwoods, but they don't have anything here, so... I don't know what's happening. I'm just some idiot on the internet making magic videos. Alright, there you go. Go get your last land. I mean, if they have exactly 2 monsters in hand plus... Well, it didn't have to be 2 monsters. It could just be 1 monster, like Mikey and Raph, or... I don't know, any of the things that let you look at the top of your library. I mean, it could be... the big 3-color dinosaur. There's a billion things it could be here. Okay, random encounter also works. Same thing, basically. Oh, they missed, though. Okay, we still get another shot at it. Oh, but we didn't draw the land for the Elspeth. Elspeth felt very critical here. All right, let's at least go a Johnny. Draw a card. Okay, that kind of helps. We can do 2, 4, 6 this turn. Opponent will be at 8. I mean, if we get to keep enough, if we're somehow not dead, which is, you know, your opponent's doing random encounters and whatever, 2, 4, 5, 6. They also need a land, so maybe, I don't know. Let's see what happens. We either need them to not get a land for random encounter, or if they do, we need them to miss. Oh, they got it. So let's see what you're not going to miss twice, right? You're going to hit something. Oh, you hit huge. Huge. All right, we're at 20. Are we dead? What does Raph and Mike find here? All right. That's 14 by itself. Please don't find anything too dangerous. Oh, no, that's enough. We're at exactly 20. Why didn't I leave one more creature back? I could have left one more creature back and we could have won. Oh, I guess you had Pyroclasm anyway. Never mind. All right, they had the right cards and we lose. As we should. Yeah, can't really torch enough to do anything. Yeah, all right, GG's. Hey, I've done the same thing with that version, or different version of that deck, so I can't say anything. I'm just on the receiving end this time. Man, we were so close. We were so close. What's funny is, had we actually gotten the land for Elspeth, we still would have been alive there, because we could have either made 2/2s, and then blocked an additional point of damage, and actually been at 1, or we could have given everything flying and +1/+1, and we would have gained an extra point of life, leaving 1 creature back, and maybe still could have won that way. So close. So close. The margins on those matchups. All right. We will keep it. This is just a simple, steady, functional hand. And we will be getting rid of that. Oh, but with a different card than I was anticipating. Mostly because this is more mana efficient. Yeah, what we've seen in these matchups against the, like, mono white auras list is just, if you can get rid of their big creature, or get rid of their creatures, period, just take advantage and get rid of them. Don't give them a chance to do anything. Because a lot of times they don't have a lot of quality creatures. Those are their two best creatures. So if you get rid of those, everything else is less scary. Still problematic, because they can have things that pump them up and give them flying or whatever. But ultimately, they are less scary. So what's the plan? I guess we go ahead and play our own Enduring Innocence. I will attack, because, like, if you block, so what? Yeah, that's fine. I'd rather that not be a creature, if we're being honest. I'm glad they blocked. I didn't think they were going to, but we are totally happy with that block. Yep, this is where it gets bad. Because now they can very likely protect their scavenger. Yeah, they wouldn't be doing that if they didn't think they could, I imagine. So let's see if we can find some ways to work around that. We really can't. All right. Good, Johnny, make a token. No point in attacking unless we just want to test if they have a defensive card, which I wouldn't hate it if they used one. So let's go find out. All right, they didn't. So they don't have any instant speed stuff they can pump. So that means they probably have Sheltered by Ghosts and things like that, which we're going to see right now. Yep. We'll probably see a Sheltered by Ghosts if I were guessing to go with that. Oh, no, just 2 Feather Flights. All right, well, one's going to obviously get rid of Ajani. But now, at least if we can find some removal, we'll have some opportunities. But we kind of got to find it. Elspeth wouldn't be bad either. You are damn close. Oh, actually, this gains haste as well. So we could attack for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11, 13. Wow, that's real close, actually. We could die next turn, though. That's the problem, because every enchantment they play is worth 2. We'll gain some life off the Enduring Innocence also. Man, I don't know what the right thing is to do here. I'm just going to have to play as though they don't have it and hope this is good enough, I think. Oh, I forgot. We get double tokens there, too. That's going to do it. I totally forgot the tokens were going to get the +2. Crazy. Went out of nowhere by accident. I was doing the math. But without thinking about this being on the battlefield. I was thinking, oh, well, the creature I play after it obviously will get the bonus. Totally forgot that 2 things are happening here when we attack with the Voice of Victory, because we get 2 for each one on the Sunborn, so that's why we have 4 instead of 2. But then each of those also gets +2, +0. So that was the exact right cards to draw there to steal the win. So thank you, Ajani, for getting our opponent to tap the creatures out and let us punch through. We also gained a bunch of life, so it would have been a little more difficult for them to kill us anyway. Well, we can't keep this, because we just can't cast much of anything. This is probably better and worth keeping, I think. We at least have 2 removal spells, then we get Enduring Innocence and get to see what happens from there. And you have a Fanatical Firebrand. Alright. Sounds good. Play an Inspiring Advantage and pass. We want to take down something bigger than the Firebrand, obviously, if given the opportunity. We may not get to, though. Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, but then you play Voice of Victory and we can't. So we're kind of stuck. I guess I should have waited till they attacked first and then try to kill it so they couldn't sacrifice it. But this is be fine. Like, if they get us, they get us. I don't think we're going to sweat it too much. Alright. I guess I should have played the Sacred Foundry there, too. Alright, this is a lot of damage, don't get me wrong. But also not the worst case scenario. I mean, we take 2 more damage, which is the worst case scenario, because I could have saved 2 damage and been at 10 instead of 8. So that's a little silly. But this does allow us to off a Voice of Victory. And at least maybe start formulating a plan. Well, the opponent had a good start here, and our hand was a bit too slow. Yeah, that's bad for us. Alright, GG's. Like, we're not coming back from that. Like, we take another 2, we take 2 more, we go down to 4. Yeah, we just don't have it out here with this hand. Alright, yep, they got us. And that's a game where 2 misplays technically cost us 3 life, which could have let us keep playing Magic, right? I could have waited till they attacked with a Firebrand, then kill it. So that would have protected 1. And then had I not taken the 2 damage from the Foundry, which we didn't need to because I knew I was only going to be able to play the Torch the Tower, that's another 2. So being at 7 versus 4, while I think we still lose the game, at least still gives us more options, right? Because we could just play Enduring Innocence. Maybe they don't have a removal. We get to block something. At least stay at 7-ish life, maybe 5 life. Then we have a removal spell for a token. We can maybe draw something more worthwhile. Like, there's a bunch of things that could happen there if we have 3 more life. As it is, I mean, we could play Enduring Innocence, but first token comes in, we go to 3. We block the Howl Squad Heavy. Then we take 4 anyway. So we gain the 2, we're like 1, and then we're just dead after that, realistically. So it's a tough one, but that happens. Sure. I mean, getting to go first when your only real removal spell is a Legion Extruder is actually fine. Because we're not going to do anything on 1 with the Duskrose Reliquary anyway. I mean, obviously we'd like to have another white land, so when those things come up. Alright, Voice of Victory. You can hang out and look good for about half a turn. Opponents usually don't let us keep you around. Understandably so. I was going to say, if you have a way to get rid of it, you're getting rid of it. Like, let's not kid ourselves. Alright, pass the turn. Oh, opponent did not have anything else there. This gets really interesting now. So now, if we go robot, shoot them for 2, we get in for a bunch of damage next turn with the Enduring Courage. Yeah, oh, maybe more? No, because that's be an artifact. We can also remove an artifact with this. What does this do? You can sacrifice and add 1 mana. They're stuck on mana, so I kind of want to do that. So let's go ahead and Ravenous Robots. Let's play the Headliner, because it'll still have haste. Attack for a ton. The token also gets the +2. Opponent goes to 7. And since we're going to lose that token anyway, let's get rid of their mana. And I think we're in good shape. Yeah, opponent's just saying GG's here. Like, they're like, nah, that's probably going to do it. Yep, do whatever you're going to do here. Yeah, even if they swept the board, we still get a 1/1. We'll have this queuing up a creature. I don't think there's anything relevant. Because also, if we hit something or them with Legion Extruder, we get to make a 1/1 robot that also have +2/+0 in haste. So yeah, this hand that started out looking kind of awkward sort of worked itself out here. I'm into it. Yep, Scoundrel, which can make a mana to let you play something else. If they see the play, it's destroy Ravenous Robots here. Right? You destroy Ravenous Robots, and I can't Legion Extruder. Does that exile? No, that just destroys. Yeah, I should have got rid of the robots. Because now anything that would potentially make a creature just gets the job done. And now you don't have a blocker. And we attack. All right, cool. Oh boy, I feel like we got to see this deck win every which way, right? We had games where Elspeth won. We won with the Exalted Sunborn. The Courage got to do its thing. We drew cards off the Innocence. Like, every card came into play at some point, so that's good, right? Sometimes we put cards in, you don't get to see them in the videos. But the only thing I might change with this could be removing a Fountain Port for another white land, potentially. Just to make sure we always have the mana to do like Sunborn in something, or Elspeth when we draw it, or even an early and during Innocence. Because we're not really going to have a point choosing Fountain Port till way later in the game. And it's probably going to be best against control matchups. However, we do have a couple of Planeswalkers and Enduring Courage, which are all very good against the control matchups anyway, as is Legion Extruder being able to make us some extra artifacts. I'll also throw in the fact that I wasn't sure if we were going to have enough total artifacts for Legion Extruder and for the Ravenous robots, but it turns out each time we got them, it was never a problem, right? We were constantly able to make little robots. We were constantly able to sacrifice things and make 3/3s. And the fact that it was exactly that is the reason we beat that green-white deck, because we were able to keep them from gaining life while we were attacking. So it all kind of worked out pretty well. Would I say to play this? I don't know, man. Like, this has so much stuff going on. So many different plays and lines of thought of things you can do. It's a fun deck. If you like these types of decks, go ahead and give it a shot. Obviously, you can pull some levers and change the numbers a little bit. I'll probably goof around with it a little bit more because I think it's a lot of fun. But yeah, it's a different way to play some tokens, I'll tell you that. It was really, really a lot of fun. And I like the fact that it's pretty resilient against the control decks. So that's something you don't really get a lot of times out of the token piles. Is this a way not just being able to make tokens, but be able to make hasty tokens and be able to generate them from the Legion Extruder, which is also really nice. So yeah, but either way, I'm gonna leave a link over on Moxfield, like always, where we post all our decks all the time, and y'all should be posting yours there too. But man, this was a fun one, really surprising. We had some accidental wins, which are great. But that's all I have for now. We'll see you next time.